Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday, the 9th of February, and this is your second maths lesson of the week, and we are finishing our area, perimeter, and volume unit today. So, as usual, we're going to get your mathematical minds working by doing a couple of starter questions. These ones involve sort of playing with fractions, which is something we did last term. So I want you to try and remember the rules of fractions and what we're going to do. Second one, especially, you might need to think logically about what you're going to do. So I'd like you to pause. I'd like you to have a go at these either on your whiteboard, on your workings paper, or if you're doing your starters in your home learning book, that's fine. But pause, have a go, and then come back and we'll go through the answers. Amazing. Let's move it on then. So Helen has £400. She spends 1/10 of the money on a new toaster. She spends 1/8 of the amount left on a pair of trousers. Which item costs the most? So she spends 1/10 of her original amount of money on the toaster, and then we have to do that first because then it's 1/8 of the amount left. So to find 1/10, we divide 400 by 10, 400 by the denominator. 400 divided by 10 is 40, and then we times that by the numerator, which in this case is 1. 40 times 1 is £40. So the toaster costs £40. Then we need to work out how much we've got left to take the 1/8 out of. So we had 400 and we spent 40. So 400 take 40 is 360. So we've got £360 now, and we spend 1/8 of that on a pair of trousers. So 360 divided by the denominator, which is 8. 360 divided by 8 is 45, times it by the numerator, which in this case is 1, makes £45. So which item costs the most? The trousers, because they cost £45, opposed to the toasters, £40. Now the second question. 3/8 of people watching a play are adults. The rest of the people watching are children. There are 32 more children than adults watching the play. How many people are watching the play in total? So first thing to do is note down mathematically what we know. So 3/8 are adults, and it tells us that the rest of the people watching are children. So to make the whole audience, we can either, I just counted on from 3/8, so 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, 8/8. So that's 5/8 are children. Okay, so 5/8 are children and 3/8 are adults. There are 32 more children than adults watching the play. Okay, so what we'll do is we have the number of children, and if there are 32 more children, we take away the number of adults from the fraction of adults from a fraction of children. We're left with 2/8. That equals the 32. That's the extra bit. Okay, because of 3/8 and 3/8, they would cancel out, which means 2/8 is the amount, is that extra 32. So we can put 2/8 equals 32. Then we divide through by 2 to get 1/8. So cut it in half. 1/8 equals 16. And then we could, from there, we know that if 1/8 equals 16, to work out how many people in total, we need 8/8. We need 1 whole, so we do 16 times 8 is 128. So a little bit of thinking about, and the trickiest part was realizing that we needed to take the number of adults away from the number of children, and what was left was this extra 32. Well done if you got those ones. Now today your learning intention is to complete an assessment of your learning. Star words are all the words we've been looking at: volume, area, perimeter, squared and cubed are the important ones to think about. What you're going to do today is you are going to firstly, and this will help you in what you're doing later in this session and also in general to consolidate your knowledge, I want you to create a poster about area and perimeter, making sure to include all the key features and formulas we've looked at. I'm going to put here area, perimeter, and volume. There we go, let's get volume in there as well. So area, perimeter, and volume, making sure to include all the key features and formulas we've looked at. The poster needs to be bright, eye-catching, colourful, but it also needs to have just the key information, not loads of clutter, which sometimes appears on posters. The poster can be completed in your home learning books or on a piece of paper if you want plain paper, and can include some of the areas below. So you can look at perimeter, the area of rectangles and squares, the area of a triangle, the area of a parallelogram, volume, all the lessons we've done. And you can go back and look at the mathematics we've done, or go back and re-watch videos from last week and this week if you don't remember what any of those are. And if you want to, not saying you have to at all, but if you want to email your poster or send it on Teams to your teacher, great. But it's not something that's going to be marked, because the next part of the session is what we're going to look at as we assess the piece. So take a bit of time to make that poster and have it next to you as you do the next part, because what I'd like you to do after you've done your poster is you are going to complete your end of unit assessment. Now, we've already done one of these, so I've set it on Microsoft Teams and it's in the quiz format like the last one was. So some questions might be multiple choice, some you might have to type an answer in. Some of them will be marked instantly, some of them will be sent to the teacher to mark. Okay, so you're going to complete your assessment on Microsoft Teams and it should auto hand in. So once you complete it, it should automatically hand in, but if it gives you an option to click hand in, go for it, but it should just send it directly to me. Now, last time we had a good bit of uptake, but some children did not complete the assessment. This time, everyone needs to complete this assessment, otherwise your teacher will be chasing you up for it. Shouldn't take long at all. Some children took 10 minutes, some took 20. Should definitely not take you any longer than half an hour, even with your workers and things. It shouldn't take you too long. Once you've finished that, finish the session by having some practice time with TT Rockstars. That would be amazing. Excellent. So go and do your poster. Once you've done that, onto MS Teams and complete your assessment. We'll be back for our start of our new unit tomorrow. Bye-bye now.